There's so many people who tell me they just have to get the nut butters out of the house, the chocolate, the chips, the bagels, the crackers, the fruits and veggies that they tend to binge on or are triggered by or can't control themselves around. And whenever I have these conversations with people, I always like to encourage them to consider the environment of which they have been introducing these foods. Usually what happens is there becomes a strong association between these foods and triggering or out of control because you're not bringing it into your life in a fair way. So since this strong association with losing control, maybe that came from restriction, or maybe that came from beliefs about not being able to have it, thus wanting to have it and fixate on it, or maybe it came from an emotional or life stressor, or telling yourself that, okay, well, I never get this, so I'm gonna have it now, again, restriction. If that is the motive or the thought process behind actually having it, of course you're going to have a negative experience with it. So if we have, let's say 9 times out of 10, a negative experience with this food, it's natural to then want to get rid of it, to fear it, to not want it in the house, because 90% of the time you struggle with it. What we want to do is create a new association with these foods. Doesn't mean you have to give up all of your goals or your progress or your success or your commitment to the types of foods that you eat or the way that you fuel your body. It's more so about being able to normalize the foods that you do consume and all the foods, so that you're never feeling like one thing is terrible or triggering or off limits for you. Again, this is just to create more choice and empower choice rather than a forced restriction, which doesn't ever feel good or empowering. So what we want to do is introduce the food into your life in a controlled environment or setting. So if you've thrown away all your peanut butter and then you go to the store because you're emotional or because you're craving it and you get peanut butter, you're probably going to have another negative experience with it. Right? Or if you hide it on the top shelf and in a rage you climb up to get it when no one is at home. This is stuff I hear all the time. So what we would like to do instead is incorporate it with times of your day or moments in your day or meals in your day that go very smoothly for you, or where you've already reflected and done like a mealtime ritual, which is something I have my clients do. It's part of my program and my process, but some way you need to do it at a time where you have prepared yourself mentally to create a new positive association with it. Until we do that, it's always going to be that scary thing that I can't control myself around. So we have to put ourselves in an environment where we're prepared to face the food, to face the trigger item, and create a new association with it. This is inspired by something called exposure therapy. I love doing it with my clients. It's one of my best moves. Of course, you got to do it in a way that truly aligns with your particular needs. It's not enough to just be like, okay, I'm going to try this and see what happens, because usually then what I see is it continues and it becomes this, well, I absolutely have to get rid of it because I'm just different than everyone and I can't do it. I can't have it. That's not true. Okay, we can make those changes. And if you want to make those changes, you can sign up for my free food series. I do a ton of more like psychoeducation around food relationships. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can always work with me one-on-one in my food relationship coaching program, assuming that your application comes through and I feel confident in our work or our ability to work together. All that information is on celestial.fit. If you want the free food series, celestial.fit/food series. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can DM me or just visit celestial.fit/foodfreedom. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Always here for you. And trust me, you can get through it.